Poison control centers in the US field a call about laundry pod exposure roughly every 44 minutes. That's not a marketing statistic from a competitor trying to sell you powder instead. It comes from peer-reviewed analysis of the National Poison Data System calls. And it's the reason I get asked about pods more than almost any other product format. Welcome back to I am reading you the blog posts that I write because nobody can be bothered to read blogs anymore. As always, make sure you're following and comment blog if you want the full link to today's post. Today we're going to talk about laundry pods. Are they safe? Are laundry pods safe? Yes, for the most part, for most adults doing an ordinary wash, the detergent inside works as intended and it rinses out with a for households with kids under 6 years old, that answer gets a bit more complicated. And the data that backs that up is that poison control centers in the US field a call about laundry pod exposure roughly every 44. So for full disclosure, I formulate a powder detergent. I will try to keep the physician hat on more than the founder hat, but the short version is that pods aren't unsafe because of what's inside the film. They're unsafe because of what the film is. It's like a soft, squeezable, squishy object that looks close enough to candy that a toddler's brain does not sort into the dangerous. What's actually inside the pod? A single dose pod is concentrated liquid or gel detergent, and it's sealed inside a water-soluble film, almost always polyvinyl alcohol or PVA. The concentration is the entire selling point. It's one pod replacing a capful of liquid or powder. Now, here's the thing though. If you actually read the instructions on the back of your container of pods, what it actually tells you is that you typically need 3 pods for any normal size load that most Americans are used to filling their tub up with. So 3 pods versus 1. So they will say up to a certain amount of loads, but you find that if your clothes are not getting clean, it's because you're not using enough pods, and they expect you and want you to use 2 to 3. So let's talk about PVA film. Is it plastic? Safe for waterways and treatment systems, but it's not safe for a toddler's mouth. It's a synthetic water-soluble polymer, PVA, and the decision of the American Cleaning Institute and EPA Safer Choice Review kind of determined that detergent-grade PVA is readily biodegradable. It dissolves and is effectively removed during standard wastewater treatment, but it doesn't meet the physical criteria used to define microplastics. But environmental groups, including Beyond Plastics, dispute this, pointing to a 2023 nationwide emission study estimating that more than 75% of PVA from laundry and dishwasher pods isn't fully degraded by typical treatment plants and ends up in the environment. I have a full table comparing and breaking down pods versus liquids versus powder, the upsides, the downsides, the different factors, so you can make an informed decision yourself. And if you want that post sent to you right now, comment blog and I'll send it straight away.